Hello, everyone. My name is Nicholas, and I'm joined with a special guest on my podcast today who will be helping me answer questions on how school can affect mental health within a teenager. Say hello, Emily.
Hello, everyone.
Well, let's get right into it. So, how do you feel that school has a positive or negative impact on teens' mental health?
Yes, I believe there's a huge impact on mental health on teenagers due to school.
Well, let me ask you, do you think school ever makes you feel anxious, depressed, or even extremely happy?
Yes, I can feel quite anxious, upset over not getting concepts and or getting bad grades.
Well, I personally believe school has a negative effect on the mental health of teens. This is because teens' stress levels on the scale of 10 reach 5.8 during a school year, but decrease to 3.9 while they are not in school. This also tops the adult stress level as the average is 5.1 for an adult. And I agree with you that school makes me feel stressed, anxious, and even upset after setting goals I couldn't achieve.
Well, how might you believe school affects your mental health in a negative way?
100% with personal experiences and statistics may prove this as teens ages 13 to 18, 32% of them develop an anxiety disorder. Also, 83% of stress in teens throughout school comes from getting into post-secondary. Grades make students stress more and become unhappy if they can't achieve their goals.
Yeah, after hearing that, I would definitely agree with you. As I felt I've had anxiety from school while feeling really upset or not achieving something I wanted. I never knew that 32% of teens ages 13 to 18 had developed an anxiety disorder at some point.
Yeah, I think school has more of a negative impact than a positive impact on mental health, as I feel like every single teen has dealt with some mental health issues coming from school. Has any teachers caused you a lot of stress?
Yes.
Does the amount of work you get by your teachers affect your mental health?
When my teachers put heavy workloads on me while I have other work from other classes, making me feel stressed out by teachers plus the work I have to finish.
So you can have anxiety or be stressed out over completing all the work in time and still enjoying yourself?
Yes.
Well, 45% of teens believe schoolwork has created pressure on them, making them feel stressed, and 24% of parents believe it is an issue. So when teachers put this heavy workloads on their students, this creates stress for students as they must achieve goals that they have set for themselves. Even right now, I feel stressed, and I'm having anxiety about schoolwork as I got a ton of work going on in a short period of time making me feel this way. So tell me, how about the social scene at high school? Does that affect your mental health?
All the time.
Jean Twang, a San Diego State University psychology professor, finds that 5 times as many high school and college students are dealing with anxiety and other mental health issues as the youth did at the same age during the Great Depression. Mental health is affected in a negative way through being neglected throughout school, but of course there are the positives. Studies show that teens with more popularity and valued our high quality friendships had fewer symptoms of depression at the age of 25, meaning teens who have higher popularity have less chance of having depression by the age of 25.
Wow, I never really knew that. That's pretty crazy to think that the popularity scale and social scene can really affect somebody this big.
Emily, how do grades affect you in a positive or negative way with your mental health?
Up and downs. Personally, I've had extremely highs when achieving my goals as a student, but also a lot of sadness as well.
Same goes. I've been in both experiences. When I've studied so hard, but I got like a 70 on a test, when my goal is at least an 85 and above. But then there's times where I study extremely hard and achieve my goals. I'm super happy. Do you believe teens with a higher IQ have a better mental health than teens with a lower IQ?
I don't really know. I guess I would assume they would, considering they could achieve higher marks, possibly.
Well, you're actually wrong. Studies have found that higher IQs associated with more drug use and earlier drug use. Studies have also found that higher IQs associated with more mental illnesses, including depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder. Ruth Karbininski from the team of Pfister had conducted a survey from people with an IQ of 132 or higher, which is in the top 2% of the whole population. They found that they were more likely to have mood disorder and anxiety disorder. The average in the population is 10% with mood disorder and 10% of anxiety disorder. Studies have shown that 27% of the top 2% IQ members have mood disorder while 20% deal with anxiety disorder, meaning it actually affects your mental health by having such a high IQ. that you're more likely to deal with mood disorder and anxiety disorder.
Wow, I would never really think that, considering school should come easier for them.
Yep, high IQ doesn't mean healthy mental health. So I was reading an article on if high school sports could affect your mental health by Atlantic.com. And Marshall Mintz has said that anxiety and depression among scholastic athletes has increased over the past 10 to 15 years. Sports don't only have negative effects, but also positive, as sports can help control stress and release endorphins to your brain, make you feel good. Have you ever felt any of this?
Yes, when I was swimming at a high level, I had constant pressure and anxiety that I wasn't doing good enough. But I also would get happy while doing the sport because it was something I loved to do.
I can relate to, as when I was playing soccer, I would underperform in big games, leading for me to feel quite sad and had a lot of anxiety because of it. But I also would deal with the good moments where I would just love playing and having my teammates play with me and help me overcome my problems. Alright, so on to the next question from there. Do you believe that students in IEP deal with more negative or positive mental health effects?
With personal information, I can say it doesn't really affect people in a negative way, as I know people who enjoy the extra time given on tests and the extra work periods they get.
Yes, I definitely agree with that as well. I feel like an IEP brings positive impacts to your mental health. Getting equipment from your IEP is really good right now, as all students are forced to go online because of the COVID-19 outbreak. But leading on to that topic, how do you feel about the COVID-19 outbreak and how it has to put you on to virtual school?
It's interesting. It's hard to learn, and I don't get to see my friends as much, as it affects my mental health. But it also has benefits with being able to spend more time at home and more time around my family.
I would agree, but I do like online school. It's nice and all, but sometimes it is quite hard to learn, making me stressed out, leading me to have anxiety if I'm doing my work right. Overall, I think school definitely impacts positive and negative mental health effects, and teens deal with stress, depression, and even happiness coming from school. And I do believe it affects our mental health a lot. It blew me away how teens from 13 to 18, 32% of them develop an anxiety disorder, which is pretty scary. I also found it pretty cool that playing sports can better the mood as it releases endorphins to your brain, leading to a better mood. Well, thank you for listening, and thanks for coming on as a guest, Emily.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for listening. And remember to take some time to improve your mental health. Don't let school cause anxiety and depression.